Okay, I'll explain to you later.
Four on the floor, brought to you by Citywide Banks. 4 topics. We each get 30 seconds. All right, here we go. First topic. Why did it take so long for the Rockies to demote your favorite backup outfielder, Drew Stubbs?
$5.38 million.
Yeah.
To keep from going to arbitration with him, he was arbitration candidate during the offseason. They did a deal, and I thought $5.38 million. He was a backup outfielder. You know, couldn't you spend your money on another pitcher or get a $10 million pitcher instead of Kyle Kendrick? He is awful. 31 out of 51 times he struck out, 20 in addition to 25 of 50 in spring training. Normally you wouldn't talk about spring training, except in this case, that's not a trend. That is an alarming thing, and I think they kept him around. I think he agreed to go to the minor leagues. He could have been released. Well, release him. He's not good.
I think there are a couple other. That's a big reason. I think there were a couple others. And one, not a lot of depth in the outfield. Corey Dickerson's hurting and was still on the roster at the time, so they felt they couldn't lose yet another outfielder, especially when Brandon Barnes was the most likely to come up, and he's having a terrible year in the minors as well.
208 in Albuquerque.
And I think they were waiting. Drew Stubbs has a lot of athletic ability and has had some success. I think they were just waiting for it to come around, and it never came around.
You can't steal first base.
Yeah. Who wins more games this year, Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota? Winston, of course, with Tampa, and Mariota with Tennessee.
And I had not seen anybody ask that question. I'm going to go with Mariota. I think that Tennessee's more equipped to be a better football team this year. They won a couple of more games, didn't they?
Yes. Well, they picked second, and Tampa picked first.
Yeah. Well, they won 4,
yeah.
and I think Tampa won 2.
Yeah.
If I'm approximately correct. And I just think Mariota's got a better array of talent around him, and I think he's more mature as a quarterback.
I agree with Mariota's more mature, but I also believe that Jameis Winston is more mature as a quarterback, at least as an NFL quarterback.
See, I don't agree with that.
I think he's a little more NFL ready, and I think Tampa has a little bit better defense than Tennessee. So I'm going to go with Winston on this one. Although I do think Tennessee has better defensive talent. Excuse me.
Well, we'll revisit that a year from now.
Next, to celebrate wins, the Washington Nationals pour chocolate syrup on each other. What would you like poured on you in celebration?
Gummy bears.
The edible kind?
No,
or the movie kind?
I would like to have Gatorade poured on me, because that would mean I had won a championship of some sort. Chocolate syrup doesn't. At the end of the Super Bowl, they don't pour chocolate syrup on anybody. They put the Gatorade.
Starting a tradition.
That's tough to get off.
That's true. Okay, I would like them to pour chocolate cake on me. I really love chocolate cake, so I would never go hungry after games.
It'd be all over the ground.
That's why they have a grounds crew. Last question.
Yeah, but you're going to pick it off the ground and eat it?
No, I'll just wipe it off my uniform and eat what's on my uniform. I'm not proud. Best way to dress up a Sunday. Speaking of chocolate syrup, the best way to dress up a Sunday.
Well, I always dressed up on Sunday and went to church. So
I did
not.
There's
a white suit, white bucks, a nice blue tie, and my mother would take a picture of me and my sister. That's
How do you like your Sundays? Come on.
I want a banana split. Is that simplified
Sure,
enough?
you can do that. There are no rules here.
Everything good is on a banana split. You really going to top that? Nuts, cherry, chocolate, 3 different colors of ice cream in a dish. There's nothing better than that.
Bell go off yet? Okay. I'm a simple guy, as you well know. If it's good ice cream, I don't want a whole lot of gook on it, all right? So give me a little bit of chocolate syrup and a little bit of whipped cream, and I'm happy on Sunday or any other day of the week. Four on the Floor brought to you by, why did I get a bell?
Because
I had already turned. I mean,
they like to ring the bell.
Four on the Floor brought to you by Citywide Banks. It's a family-owned, Colorado-focused business bank. They have 12 locations across Denver and Boulder, so there's one somewhere near you. They've got more than 25 services that businesses need, including yours, and they are a passionate supporter of more than 150 Colorado charities each year. Citywide Banks, where this show does its banking.